Hello, and welcome, or welcome back. How are you? How you been? What have you been up to for the past 3 months? Let's catch up. I know I haven't posted anything in a while, but I have still been reading. Kind of a lot, honestly. I have a little Goodreads reading goal for the year. I want to read 100 books this year. I feel like I can do it, and I'm on track. I'm actually 4 books ahead of schedule of where I should be. So in terms of reading amounts, I've been reading a lot. I just haven't been updating you guys, which feels really sad, and so here I am. I just finished The Man Who Died Twice by Richard Osman. It's the second book in the Thursday Murder Club series, and it was so cute. It was so fun. Just a cozy little murder mystery. Gotta love it. Since you probably don't know, I have been trying to read A Little Life for 2-3 weeks now. I'm stuck at 59%. I had to hide my Kindle because it was affecting me so much. When they say check the trigger warnings, they mean check the trigger warnings. I will probably finish it at some point, but that is not for me now. That's not for me now. So I used Emily Henry's Happy Place and Richard Osman's The Man Who Died Twice to get me back into a happy-go-lucky mindset. Don't know if it worked, but it was a nice little palate cleanser, okay? People were murdered in The Man Who Died Twice, but it was a happy murder, so it's fine. It's fine. So anyways, I just finished those books, and I'm kind of not in the mood for anything. I feel like as a mood reader, if you don't have something in mind, it's really hard to pick a book. Because if you're not really committed to it, when you do find out what you're in the mood for later, you're gonna drop the book. So instead of spending all my time on my phone, which my screen time has been astronomical, I don't want to talk about it, I figured I would give my sweet, cute husband the chance to pick out what books I read, because he always, whenever I ask him what book I should read, he always has suggestions, and I never follow them. I figured I would let him pick my reads for this week. The 2 books that he picked were The Queen of Nothing, which is the final book in the Folk of Air trilogy. I think. I still honestly do not know all the books that are in this series, because I think there's a continuation, a duology after this, and a collection of short stories, and I don't know. This is the 3rd and final book in the original series, and I am very excited to read this. I'm so glad he picked it. I don't think he really knows what it's about, but I think he really likes the cover. So, and you know what? That's a good reason to pick a book. Sue me, but I do judge books by their cover. I don't care what you say. So there's this book. And then the second book he picked is Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco, who I think wrote another book series. I've only ever read Throne of the Fallen by her, which I think is a spin-off of her original series, and I did not like it. It was not good to me. But I've heard that this series is so fun. So, we'll give it a try. I feel like both of these books are nice and short, not too long. I feel like I probably get through them. We're gonna see how far I get, because obviously I do have life and work and other things to do, unfortunately, so I can't just sit around and read all day, every day. And I say that would be so nice, but in reality, I'd just be on my phone the entire time. So I think I'm going to start with The Queen of Nothing, because I feel like I want to be sucked into this world again. I loved the first one, and then I read the second, and I liked it, but I stopped 30% through it, just because I, again, wasn't in the mood. So I didn't DNF it, I just kind of forgot about it. And so when I picked it back up, I was like a little confused about what was going on, but like I got back into it, don't worry about it. The ending? My jaw was on the ground. I sat up in bed. I was gasping out loud, just every other page. It was wild. So I want to get back to this. I want to see what happens. Which I don't want to like spoil like the series for you, so I won't tell you what happened in the last book, but overall, this series is about this girl named Jude. She is human, but she was raised in like the Fae world, and Holly Black's like version of fairies is very much like true to the original myths and legends about fairies. So it's not like Sarah J. Maas type fairy court type thing, but more like for real, they're fairies and they want to play tricks on you and they want to kill you and eat you and all that sort of stuff. Like, it's a deadly world, so she's had to be like very scrappy in order to make it this far. And I don't want to say anything else, but Jude is, I love Jude. Hate her sister. I'm not gonna say anything else besides that, but whatever her name is, Taryn and me, it's on site. It's not like romance heavy, and like that I think they're maybe together like 5-10% of the book. For the rest of the book is just Jude being the coolest. So if you want like a strong female main character, so I'm really excited about this one. And then Stalking Jack the Ripper will be the second book that I try to get to this week. It is, I think it's about a girl who's obsessed with Jack the Ripper. Like the back doesn't really tell you anything. It just says that she's in love with the Ripper. And I think it's a series. And every time I hear like someone explain to me what the book is about, it just sounds like it's a girl who's obsessed with Jack the Ripper. So when I say I know next to nothing about this book, what I'm getting the synopsis from is from the title. So I couldn't tell you much about it. I'm gonna start with this one. So we'll see how it goes and I will update you later. Okay, so I'm about 188 pages into this. It is Monday night, and I've just been reading for a little bit after work. And I'm like, what, like 60%? A little bit, it looks like a little bit over 50% through this book. I have no clue what is going to happen next. And I feel like that's how I always feel when I read these books, is like, Jude is always like 2, 3, 4, 5 steps in front of me, like thinking ahead, like long game, and I'm just along for the ride. You know, I'm just enjoying myself. I'm just trusting her judgment and everything's fine. But I will say, because this is the last book in the trilogy, that I'm like more stressed, I think, because like I know that we only have like half of the book to like come to some sort of like conclusion, and I'm stressed. Okay, I want a happy ending, and I'm nervous that might not be the case, but we'll see. I got new glasses and I don't know how I feel about them, so let's just not talk about it right now. I finished this last night. Literally, as as soon as I said, I hope that there's a happy ending, something very unhappy happened. And I was like, please tell me this is going to get remedied by the end of the book. Because I was running out of pages. And I was nervous. Are you crooked? Okay, I don't think you're crooked anymore, so that's good. This book, I haven't rated it yet because I'm not sure. Like, I need to think about it a little bit longer before I can decide, like, definitively what to give it. I think I gave the other two books like 5 stars on Goodreads, but I think in reality they're more like 4.75, 4.5. This might be a true 5-star, just because I was like literally gasping. I was gasping in the second one too, though. I don't know. I loved it though. This was so good. I am surprised I was able to finish it so quickly because I don't feel like I read that much really, but it's such a fast read that you can really get through it pretty quickly. This book. So good. Way to go, Jackson, for picking out a book that I like absolutely devoured. Now I'm going to start Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. Like I mentioned before, I've only read one of her books, Throne of the Fallen, and I absolutely hated it. I feel misled by Book Talk because I thought I would love it, and I hated it. I almost DNF'd it. I should have DNF'd it. But at that point, I was like so close to being done. It was such a big book that I felt like I needed to. So let's just say that I'm going into this ready to DNF at any point. Like if I get like 20% in and I'm like, I don't like it, I'm a bounce because I've been hurt by her before. So we're gonna try it. I'll let you know how it goes. So I'm about 50 pages into Stalking Jack the Ripper, and I know I mentioned this before that I wasn't a huge fan of the only other book that I've read by Carrie Maniscalco, and that I was gonna be like pretty harsh when it comes to like DNFing, and I think I might end up DNFing this. I understand that it is YA. And I understand that it is the first book that she ever published, I think. This is her first novel, so I understand all of that. I wasn't like going in with really high expectations, and maybe I won't even say that I'm not liking it. I might just say that it's not for me right now. But there are certain things that are just annoying me a little bit. Like, I'm literally only on chapter 5. I really have not, maybe I'm not giving it enough of a chance, but the main character is just annoying. Like, she's very much like, oh, other girls care about this, but I care about corpses, you know? It's just like, I don't know. I just find her very annoying, and I'm not liking the banter so far, because I'm pretty sure that the character we get introduced with, like, right off the bat is, like, the love interest or whatever, but I don't know, I'm not liking it, and so I don't think I want to force myself to read it, because every time I pick it up, I have to think to pick it up, And then when I do, I'm like constantly checking like, okay, how much is left? How many pages do I have left? How long have I been reading for? And then I end up like picking up my phone and being on my phone instead of like reading. So I think I'm going to soft DNF it because there's nothing inherently wrong with it. I've heard good things about it, so maybe it's just me being difficult right now. If anyone thinks differently, please let me know. I'm not closing myself off to this book, but I just don't think it is in the cards for this week. So that's a bummer. I will say though that like I know that Jackson picked out this book and I'm not finishing it, but in his defense, he still did a good job. Like I finished The Queen of Nothing in like a day. I think I might end up giving that like 4.75 stars, like 5 stars on Goodreads, but in reality 4.75 because it was really so good. And this is not a bad book, I just don't think I want to keep reading it. So all in all, I would say that he did a pretty good job. Now that I am putting this book down for the time being, I need to think of what I want to read next. It's been a while since I've read like a mystery thriller. Like I read a cozy mystery recently, but not like a thriller. So that's always an option. But it's also like really warm and sunny out and it's spring and I don't know, maybe a romance? Maybe I'll ask Jackson to pick out another book since I'm DNFing it. Because he only picked out 2 books, so maybe I'll give him another shot to pick out the next book. Okay, Jackson picked Mother-Daughter Murder Night, which I don't think is a thriller. I definitely think this is more of like a cozy mystery type thing, but I don't know what this hand gesture is. But it sounds good. It's maybe not what I would have picked for myself, but I have wanted to read it for a while. And I was looking at the back cover, like about the author, Nina Simon, and she's a former NASA engineer. So that sounds pretty cool. I've heard good things about this book, so we'll see how it goes. It doesn't seem like it's gonna be super long. It's only like 350 pages only, you know, like a normal book length. But it is about a multi-generational like family, kind of like Gilmore Girls. Like there's a mom, a grandma, and a daughter. And the mom and the daughter are close, but the grandmother and the mother aren't close. At least that's what I think it is about. I could be wrong. But it says it's a fun, fresh, and twisty whodunit about a grandmother, mother, daughter trio who come together as amateur sleuths to solve a murder in their coastal California town. And I think the grandmother ends up moving in with the mother and the daughter because she has some like health issue or like some sort of diagnosis, and so she comes to live with them. And the daughter is out like kayaking or something like on the coast, and she stumbles across a dead body, and she becomes a suspect. And then the grandmother's like, oh, instead of getting a lawyer, let me just solve the murder. And that is basically the gist of the book. So I think it's supposed to be good. I think it's supposed to be like a little bit more like heartwarming, I think. But we'll see how it goes. I'm going to start it either now or later tonight, and I will update you later. not been the best day. It could have been worse. And it's still not over. So there's plenty of time. But just not a good day. Anyways. I'm gonna do some self-care. I have my book. I have my energy drink. Breezeberry, of course. The best flavor besides the Kim-Aid. I am 100 pages exactly into this book. And I'm really liking it so far. It definitely is kind of giving like Gilmore Girl type vibes when it comes to like the family dynamics. I actually think it's like a pretty easy read because the chapters are so short. Like I think each chapter is like maybe 5-6 pages. So like you're not having to like really sit and commit to a scene. You can kind of just like move through the plot. There's definitely parts that are annoying. Not like the writing is bad or anything, but just like certain characters that annoy you, which I know is the point, but like there's some things that are annoying me and they're supposed to annoy me. Like they're supposed to, so it's fine. But I am really liking it. I don't really like feel very invested in the actual solving of the murder. More like I'm just enjoying the characters. But I don't really like feel like invested in like who did it or like why it happened. But I think as it goes on and you get more into like the actual mystery aspect of it and less about like setting up the relationships and like defining the characters, like that's going to become more and more of a priority when it comes to the storytelling. So that could change here soon. But basically you have a multi-generational home. The mother and daughter live together and then the grandmother comes and moves in with them once she gets diagnosed with cancer. And she's like very intense, hardworking, like takes herself seriously, workaholic type character, like not very like soft or maternal. So the grandmother, her name is Lana, and then the daughter's name, or the mother's name is Beth, and the daughter is named Jack. And so Lana is like not the most maternal, and so her and Beth don't have like the best relationship, but Beth and Jack are very close, and then Jack and Lana are close. So it's really just the mom and the grandmother that aren't like, they're like clashing a lot. So that's why it's kind of reminding me of Gilmore Girls a little bit. But it's definitely like a very good, I think, summer book because it kind of takes place on the coast and it's more like the marsh as opposed to like the beach, which is a really good setting, I think, for like a murder mystery. Like you find a dead body, like what's gonna happen next? So yeah, dead body, just to give myself some perspective that my bad day is not the worst day because I could be dead and that would be bad. Also, my jaw has been hurting so bad because I've been clenching it, like without realizing it, and it's just like it hurts so bad. Listen, I'm not at my best, so I'm just gonna read this book and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I just finished A Mother-Daughter Murder Night, and I really liked it. I think that it maybe at times was not super like captivating. Like I really didn't care so much about the murder part. Like I really just wanted to know like how the relationships would progress, and I wanted a happy ending, but you definitely got maybe not a 5-star read, maybe not even a 4, but probably like a 3.5. Really cute though. I really love the grandmother, Lana. She is so funny. And honestly, the relationships are really heartwarming and just a cute book. Like if you want like a cute more cozy, like murder mystery. This was good. And the mystery part was good. I just like felt like I could predict it. Like it didn't feel very thrilling because like I feel like it was kind of obvious. You know, like I wasn't surprised at the end, but it was still good. Especially because this is like her debut novel, so for her first book, I think that was really impressive. So we've reached the end of the week. Jackson picked out all 3 books that I read / attempted to read this week, and all in all, I think he did a pretty good job. The Queen of Nothing, 5 stars. Stalking Jack the Ripper, DNF. Soft DNF. And then Mother Daughter Murder Night was 3.5. So all in all, not bad. There was a good one, a bad one, and then right in the middle. So good job, Jackson. But that's everything for this vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. If you read these books, let me know in the comments down below. And I'll see you next time. Bye.